Hey you guys, okay, so today we are going to learn about some things that fly through the air. So we're gonna make two different things that fly. But you know me, we're not just gonna make things that fly and not understand why they fly. So we are gonna create a rocket that actually flies, and we are gonna be studying rocket aerodynamics with this. So rocket aerodynamics is the way air flows around a rocket, right? So there's several pieces of a rocket that helps it flow smoothly. Now we've got the fins, we've got the cone, which is like the body of the rocket, and we've got the nose of the rocket. If the fins are all wonky, then in a real rocket, the rocket will be like all wobbly. It probably won't make it nowhere. So we have to really make sure that this is straight and nice and narrow, and that these wings down here are doing the job that they're supposed to do. This is gonna be fun to play around the house. Very, very fun. Okay, and so we're also going to make a paper airplane. No, not your average paper airplane, but a very non-traditional paper airplane, and we're gonna experiment with its flying. So this paper airplane here is something that we're gonna make. You're probably looking at it like, what is that? But believe it or not, we're going to experiment whether this paper airplane without a wing or with a wing will actually fly. If these cylinders will actually be able to carry enough air for this to fly through the sky. And so the study of things that fly is called aerodynamics. That's the study of things that fly. Don't forget, the study of things that fly is aerodynamics. Okay, if we're talking about rockets, it's still aerodynamics, but it's called rocket aerodynamics. All right, so let's get these supplies together. Okay, so we're gonna start off first by making our rocket. So in order to make the rocket, you're gonna need tape, you are going to need scissors, and tape and scissors. Okay, so first thing we need is 2 long pieces of paper. But the paper has to be a thick strip, and a thinner strip. You see how this strip is thinner than this strip? This strip is gonna go in the front of the paper airplane. The thicker strip is gonna go into the back of the paper airplane. So my strip here is a little bit wonky. I really want this to be perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fold this just to make sure both of my sides are not lopsided, because them being lopsided, you guys hear Bubs? It's morning time. Bubs is singing us a song. You hear him? 3, 3. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to take these and simply connect them like this. You need to make sure they're not connected like this or like this. They have to be perfectly connected like that. Hold it there. Get your tape. Hold it there. I will put my tape on long ways because it covers more area, and covering more area means that less air is gonna get inside, creep inside of the tube. We want the air to all go through here. So there's one. Now let's make the next one. Very simple. Maybe not to everybody. I hate when my kids say that things are easy, because they may not be easy for everyone. And so it might make people feel a certain type of way, which is not cool. Okay, here we go. So I have my 2 tubes. I'm gonna set these to the side. Now I need to create this body part to our paper airplane. So I'm simply gonna take a full sheet of paper. Here, I like purple. And I'm just gonna roll it. I'm gonna make a nice roll. Make sure your roll is as tight as you can get it without it being all wrinkled. Whew, kind of hard to roll this up. Rolling it up. And don't forget, you guys, we are studying aerodynamics. Say it to yourself. Aerodynamics. Aerodynamics. Yes, the study of things that fly. Okay. Now, here we go. I know that I said that we were going to make the rocket first, but I got really intrigued by these paper airplanes that I saw over here. So we're gonna just start here, and plus the rocket is something that we should really end off on, because you guys are gonna leave and want to play with that rocket the whole entire rest of the day, I'm sure, because I know you guys. Okay, so here are the pieces to the non-traditional paper airplane. Now I'm going to add the wings, one to the front. Best way to do this is to get a long piece of tape, place it on the bottom here. You see? You see how my tape is just like there, laying there? It's just laying there, waiting for this to sit right on top there. Now I'm gonna swing up these tapes. Swing this tape up. You wanna make it as even as possible. Dig your fingers in there and smash that down. Dug my fingers in there and smash that down. Now we've got something that looks like this. We are going to do the same thing on the other side with the bigger tube. So we're gonna take the bigger tube. Uh-oh, this tape might be a little bit too short. You want it to be long. Same thing, lay the tape. Go ahead and lay your end part down. That tape will stick just really good. And we're going to, oh my God, I miss you guys. Make sure you're staying in the house and washing your hands and doing all those things that you know you should be doing right now in the world. Okay, so we want to make sure this is even. So we're going to press the sides together. And now we have something that looks like this. This is the non-traditional paper airplane. Now, we're not gonna fly this right now. We're gonna make the rocket and we're gonna fly and compare. We're gonna compare this one. We're gonna compare paper airplane with the wing in the middle. And we're also going to compare the third rocket. Now, let's get to making this one. All right, now, it is time to put together the rocket. So you're gonna need 2 pieces of paper. I'm gonna use this yellow square. The yellow square is a little bit off. I'm like, ooh, what you doing? Did nobody invite you to the party? All right, now, there we go. Bam, we've got this. And now we need something to create the body of the rocket. We don't want it to be too long. It doesn't need to be too long. And the best thing to do really is to fold your paper in fourths, like fold it and then fold it again. That's how you're gonna get those straight lines. You could just cut on the folds. But you know, it is what it is. You guys, I love ya. Now let's do it. I'm going to first roll, we like rolling. Roll the first piece of paper, the bigger, thicker one. Now you don't want your roll to be too tight. You want your body of your rocket to be a little bit thick. So don't try to take a pencil and wrap it around this. A pencil won't work, it's too thin. If you use a pencil, it won't be open enough to stick the part in that's going to create that kinetic energy. It's gonna make this rocket fly. And don't forget, you guys, that kinetic energy is the energy of movement. And hey, rockets and airplanes move, so they're they can generate those 2 things, that potential and kinetic energy. Okay, here we go. So here's the barrel. There it is. See what it looks like? There it is. See that? That's what it looks like. All right, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pinch one side, and then we are going to fold it. Pinch one side and fold it. See how it's folded? Fold it. Now we're going to get a piece of handy dandy tape. I love tape. You can do anything with tape, including tape my kids' mouth shut when they're talking smart. No, I won't do that. Wash your hands. Okay, here we go. So here's the tube. It's folded. No air can get in it. We need no air to escape the nose of the rocket. This is the nose of the rocket. Okay, the air only is coming through here. So there's that part. Now we have to create the part that is gonna actually, it's almost gonna be kind of like a straw. Now for this part, you can use a pencil. I'm just gonna use a hot glue gun stick since it's here to create a nice tube that's thinner It's got to be thinner than this, or else it won't fit in. Okay, here we go. I use this, and that's how you use a pencil. Just put it in, slide it out. Let's test to make sure this will go in here without fighting. Maybe I should put the tape on there first. Okay, no fight. Okay, cool. No peace talk. No peace talk with these pieces of paper. No peace talk. No restorative justice for these two pieces of paper. They better get along. Okay, here we go. We've got that inner tube. Inner tube. The only time I hear people say inner tube is when they're talking about, you know, getting their bike done or even going swimming. You know, that little inner tube that grown-ups try to use and it's just way too small for them, so they ended up putting their alcoholic drinks on it. Okay, here we go. Now, we've got something that goes in. But guess what? Our paper airplane is missing something. What do you think it's missing? You are right. It is missing the fins. So we need to create 4 triangles. How do we create a triangle? I'll tell you. Why don't we take this piece of paper that looks like a square. It's a rectangle because it's 2 long sides and 2 short sides, but let's just pretend. We're going to fold this into 4s. So I folded it once. Now I'm going to fold it again. Take your time. Rewind if you need to. Pause if you need to. Okay, and I'm going to open that up. Now I'm going to cut along these folds. I'm using my kitchen knives that I use, my kitchen shears, because they're just so sharp. And the paper, when I cut it, it's just so satisfying to hear. It's like a sizzle when you go ahead and hear that. Now, each square is going to produce 2 triangles. So how many squares do I need if I need 4? 2. So we're gonna take these 2 and put them over there just in case we feel like, you know, you want your rocket to have like 5,000 fins. They're called fins, you guys. These are not called like wings. These are called fins. And the reason why they're called fins is because they're on the bottom of the rocket. They are not on the top of the rocket. You see this? See how this is uneven? Don't worry about that. Please don't worry about those type of things. Just get that on there. Fold all 4. Folding all 4. Now I'm just gonna grab my hot glue gun and I'm just gonna glue these off to the side. And we're back. Hot glue gun. Now, the fins, this is the nose of the plane. The fins are gonna go on the open part. Not closing the open part, but along the side of the open part. So let's put some hot glue there. Oops. And let's put on the first fin. Now you notice that the flat part of the triangle is on the bottom and the sharp part of the triangle goes up towards the top. Okay? So you got to make sure that you remember those things. Okay, so there's that. Let's put another flat part on there. Yes, ma'am. All right, man. It's a bad man pajama. Hey, I like this rocket. It's as fine as it could be. Oh yeah, now. Hey, it's a bad man rocket. Hey, just as fast as it can be. Hey, y'all don't know nothing about that. But anyways, you do know something about a rocket. Look at mine. It even stands up. We are going to test. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so now we are actually going to test both of these. So we'll be right back with that. Hey guys, first thing I'm gonna test is this rocket. Now I've got my yellow part in there. That's my tube, and I'm simply going to blow. Whoa, that went fast. That went really fast. Now let's test our non-traditional paper airplane that we made. Okay, so I'm gonna fly it with the small part in the front and the bigger tube in the back. Oh. Kind of, huh? Let's try this. Are you ready? Whoa! Now that went far. Now, there's a fin on this one. I wonder if the fin stops some of the flow of air. See how it disrupts the aerodynamics of this airplane? What? Definitely not. It actually helped. Now you can go ahead and put different things on your paper airplane and your rocket. Don't forget to use markers to decorate it. Don't you forget that part. You know, we gotta art everything up. Make sure you cover all the space. But now you can really walk around the house and tag somebody. Have fun. I'm gonna see you guys later.